Hey, Get Fox here. So we got some more league stats in Madden 19. Now, not as many as last time, and really, these videos don't focus so much on the numbers. I've seen a lot of people talk about like the numbers, and I don't think the numbers are correct. The stats are off a little bit, but I want to talk, and this is kind of these videos have been like what's new, the new ratings that are coming out next year, how they're gonna kind of change the whole structure of the game, and hopefully know more about it. Because I know when Clint was on the podcast, he said he didn't know a lot of stats, what they do, and sometimes the developers themselves, because of the legacy code, it's, I don't know, 15, 20 years old, what they're building on top of. So they don't always know what's in the game. So hopefully with the changes, they will know more of what's in the game, what's affecting, and they can maybe put a blog out on how things are affected. So basically, Muttsploit found these, again, on the Discord. If you want to check out the link in the description below, join the Discord. You can check out my Twitter and Twitch there too, but more importantly, the Discord with Muttsploit. So let's go through what he found. Again, not focusing so much on the numbers because I do not think these are final. So remember, I've seen too many people focus on the numbers. Please do not focus on numbers, especially like overalls and stuff. I shouldn't even put those out. So this first one, we're thinking it's player breaks sack. So that you see the highest rated players here. The Cam Newton, Watson, Wentz, Winston. So like these are the guys that kind of get out of sacks a little bit better. You see a little bit more mobile quarterbacks, maybe some younger guys like Wentz and some more I don't know, guys that scramble more here. The Rodgers out there. Lamar's gotten a pretty high number right there. So the break sack stats pretty nice on these cards. So that'll be like a new thing. Instead of saying like quarterbacks got to use their trucking or elusiveness or I don't know what Ben Roethlisberger has, but he's always breaking sacks for that. But that's a new stat in Madden 19. It looks like this is the break stat, which is kind of neat. I mean, it's something that needs to be added to the game. I don't know how they did it in the past with the break sack, what they used for like tall quarterbacks, because Cam Newton took a hit better than everybody else in the game, as we saw. That's why he was my favorite quarterback in Mutt 17 that draft Cam. So this next one is player breaks tackle is what we're estimating at, because you see a lot of high-end running backs. Let me see if I can't zoom in a little bit more here. So the play break tackle, because you got a lot of like David Johnson, Kamara, Zeke, Gurley Bell here, and then some like, so it's basically all running backs. So, and then obviously Antonio Brown, Beckham here. So the kind of break tackle, break sack is new, because usually it was just like elusiveness last year. I would guess this stat would be more elusiveness. So maybe go more towards break tackle is what they call it next year, or maybe they just switches back over to elusiveness and just kind of a placeholder. But this is a brand new stat that we haven't seen before in the game. In the files, wasn't there in 18 either. And same thing here. Okay, these are all same stats. So this link will be in the description, of course. This is the, let me zoom out a little bit, but this is the player we think it's like lead blocking, the LBK. So because they're all like fullbacks here. Yep, you guys can see that. Like James Devlin, the lead blocker. He's an absolute beast out there. And there's some offensive linemen here, like some pulling guards. I guess there's some tackles here too, centers. But so it's kind of, it looks like instead of impact block, it'll be lead blocking, because impact block is still in the game. That's something Muttsploit was able to confirm. Lead blocking still in 19's files, but this one is new in 19's files too. So there'll be like a lead blocking stat. So I don't know what they're going to do with the impact block, because that has always been the stat that we went to. You know, they ended up adding the lead the way Chem and Mutt. So there was, you know, I figured that just added more to the impact block, but maybe it was a little bit more on top. They coded into the game. I don't know how they do that without, because like impact block's the only thing on the field that you'd think would be, I don't know, they must have had some sort of behind the scene calculations for lead the way if it wasn't just extra impact block. So, because the ability to lit up and the guy moved backwards. And I don't know computer programming that well. I just know this stat is there at 19 that wasn't there in the 18 files. All right, so moving on from that, scroll all the way down. There's a ton of these guys right here. Last one, I think this is this looks like kind of like loyalty. So here's the name over here. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. This more looks like a CFM thing. So now for the old heads that played Connected Franchise, god dang it, this, I don't know. Imager, you're killing me here. Can I do this? Can I zoom in? Yeah, zoom in. Okay, that didn't work at all. You guys can't see that, but I didn't want to have the header take up half the screen. So, you know, you see a bunch of names here. So loyalty used to be in Madden. I don't think he was in 18, but I kind of quit CFM in 15 after there'd been like no updates in a decade, just about. So I played a little bit, but barely enough to remember. Like maybe an hour in CFM this year that I don't know if loyalty. I never got to the free agent signing period in CFM this year. Was this in 18? Is loyalty in 18? It's not in the 18 files, from what he saw. Actually, I'd have to go back and re-ask him that question. But so I think loyalty is new. Bringing back, or was that a head coach feature that had loyalty? I can't remember. It's been so long. For those old Maddens, it's been many years. Well, many, like 4 for me since I played CFM hardcore. So, anyways, loyalty is new. So there's 2 other stats in the game that aren't here because they're null. It's PTOP and PBOT. That's P, T as in top, O as in omega, P as in pterodactyl, and then again pterodactyl, B as in bravo, O as in omega, T as in pterodactyl sounded out. So I don't know what those things. The first letter there, P, is all player. So that like the player that we've seen that with the other one, player loyalty on this one. As you can see, let's see. Can I do that? No, that see, nothing is doing that. God dang it. CPL. So it's like player loyalty. We're thinking, and we don't know what TOP and BOT, and we couldn't really match it up with names and figure it out that way because it's null. Like I said, they're currently not used in 19, but they weren't there in 18's data too. So it might be, again, like I said with the other stats at the top of the video, kind of just like a placeholder at the moment to kind of put the guys, group the guys there, and it's maybe we'll add it a little bit later. Mutsploit thought that potentially it could be like a CFM thing that you'd have to build up with your character over time. Not sure. Any guesses from the audience, let us know. But those are the new stats. Again, this is linked in the description along with the Discord if you want to join and find out other leaked files from 19 and just talk about Madden in general. All right, so that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed a little sneak peek again at 19's files, behind the scenes stuff. So thanks for watching. Call to action. I will see you tomorrow.